What's up guys, welcome back to by Africans for Africa TV. It's another video, it's another day. Thank you for always coming back to watch our videos, and thank you for subscribing. If this is not your first time, thank you. Continue watching. If this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe, and welcome to this channel. So today, after a series of videos from Eswatini, a question came about. People were asking what were the difference that I noted as a Kenyan in Eswatini. Okay, Beyond Borders with Zanele is here to confirm that whatever I'm telling is true or whatever I'm saying is wrong.
Let's see what you have.
Okay, so the differences, the similarities will all be here in this video. So watch this video to the end. So guys, the very first thing that you see when you enter the kingdom of Eswatini, of course it's the roads. You'll be using the roads. So from the airport to Manzini to Stegi to the roads are beautiful. Still. And the roads are very straight. You know those roads which
You can see
the horizon, the roads where you can sleep on the wheel. Those are the roads. Only that it's hilly, up and down.
But straight.
But very straight and very well managed. Or they were just built, constructed.
The highway is newly constructed. The roads from the airport to my home, it's old.
It's very old.
Very old.
Okay, then even the maintenance is good. But now
I've never even seen
going
anybody
to Simunye. Guys, you have seen the video going to Simunye. The road is very bad. Very bad. It's like they don't want to construct
and it goes through the
Kenyan National Park.
I don't know why they are letting it.
So,
just way of like.
So I think that that is similar to Kenya, because you see around Nairobi you find good roads. Then sometimes we're in the villages, you find the roads are potholes and all that. Although it's been long since I saw a road. Okay.
With potholes in Kenya. I think so.
Because the ones we knew, like going to Kakia, it's well constructed. Going to Nyeri, it's nice. Going to Nanyuki, it's nice.
I think we haven't exhausted
going to
Kenya,
Machakos
so
is nice.
Oh, we've been to places.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Kenya is doing fairly well also.
Yeah.
Just that some Kenyans won't agree.
Okay, maybe. But I think we are also good. We are trying as Africa. The second thing is public transport. Public transport. Yeah. Okay, we have, like in Kenya, we have the matatu and the buses. But in Eswatini, okay, then we have motorbike, boda, we have tuk-tuks, we have. But in Eswatini, you only have the bus and the kombi, which is like the matatu. But then it is the matatu we call mkate, like it's long on. You can stand actually. Not whatever we have, like the small.
We also have the normal matatu. You saw them when we went to Zulini.
Okay.
We used the normal one, and then there's the.
But it was still.
And those that bigger, the long one is called quantum. No.
The mkate.
No. The normal one that you have in Kenya is quantum, and then the long one is called sprinter. The one that looks like half and then
it's mkate.
Like that's the mkate now.
Yeah.
That's a sprinter.
Yeah. So then they have the buses. So the similarities with matatu is some are very old. It's like here, very old. Like
I knew.
Okay. In Kenya probably they use the wires.
Of course, even Swaziland they connect with wires.
Yeah, that is one. But there's the new, very new splinters. Sprinter. Then the buses, they are old buses, like the Zulu, Kayalami, and the very new buses, right?
See, you have Lokushe, Ndamakpila,
yeah, very new buses. And you know the difference between Eswatini and like the buses. Their buses are those prime ones, like the ones we use for long distance in Kenya. But in Kenya, if you enter the Githurai buses. Ah, no. Those guys modify the buses so that they can carry more people. Yeah, so there's no space, but for the Swazi, there's a lot of space. Then there's no tuk-tuk. You won't see a tuk-tuk. If you see a motorbike, it's those private ones. Someone just rolling with their
Those
bike.
big ones.
The big ones
The
for
sports.
no, there's the tall ones for the farm managers and all that, and there's the sport ones. Yeah.
Even for farm managers for different companies that deliver.
Yeah,
They have those.
Yeah. Then number 3 is architecture. In towns, it's similar to Kenya.
Similar how?
Like the buildings, the apartments, and all that. Then you find the malls. Then you have okay. The malls are relatively small. You know, it's a small country. Then when you go to the outskirts, the villages, the houses are nice. Like we have the video on that. We have the video on the villages where people have beautiful houses, well built, you know. So if you go to Kenyan villages, you won't find that. Like,
I beg to differ. Like in your village, people are building very nice
they
houses.
have started, but for you, they have already done that. Maybe I never went to the interior of the Eswatini to find maybe the traditional architecture of the huts and all that. But for the villages that I saw around Mateta and
Stegi, those areas.
everybody has a nice house, well built, you know. Yeah, it's something we can emulate.
And then there's bigger compounds.
Yeah, like
Space.
it's not like the estates that we have in Kenya, like you know, those estates which are cropping up everywhere, Joska, where it's 50 by 100 and you know, you house and you have a parking and all that. But this one could be having 10 acres, beautiful
nice house.
5 acres, beautiful house. And one thing that they don't miss is the cow kraal, boma la ng'ombe, like the zizi la ng'ombe. Like you have to have cattle and goats in Eswatini.
What else do you have to within the compound? Still on the architecture.
Okay, there's the traditional house.
The round
But the round one. But nowadays you won't see the grass that door.
No. So that one is very significant. The round house with a round or circular roof. It's called the grandmother's house or Ilveakoko.
The house of grandmother.
The house of grandmother. Grandmother for us, I think when they named it Ilveakoko is because most homes don't have koko. So koko is like ancestor. So unless even koko when they're still alive, they can stay there. When they die, still they're in the koko.
It's
so
used
it's used
for
all of those traditional
spiritual
practices.
Yeah, spiritual
Talking to the
divination.
ancestors, consulting, reporting if a girl is getting married within the family, if a man is marrying into the family, you know, they report.
Watch out for that video and I'm going to play the ball. Okay?
We shall take you through.
Okay, number 3 is the people's culture. You know, there's that deep culture and that culture which you can tell. You can notice when you're staying somewhere. Like one is like greetings. Like you greet everybody on the road, whether you're in the city or in the village. Okay, in Kenya it happens like when I'm in the village, even if I don't know that person, I'll still say hi. But in Nairobi, it's, you know,
Like who cares?
yeah, then you know, so there's this culture in Eswatini that when you enter a matatu or a public transport, you say hi. You imagine saying hi to like 30 people. Sanbonani.
And they say Sanbonan Bonkos. Bonkos being the surname of the Swazi people. Kosi is Lamini. It's a praise name for Lamini.
Kosi is the king.
Kosi is
Kosi is the
Lamini.
king.
So everybody is.
So when you enter the public transport, you have to hail the kings. You know, like the way we say we are the kings and queens. You have to hail the kings and the queens
Inside that matatu.
Yeah. So I think it's a very nice culture, because you get to like to, you know, when you say hi to someone in a matatu and you start talking, you link up, you connect.
It even breaks the ice. Imagine you don't know where you're going, and then you are now trying to ask the person next to you. If you're greeted, it's even easier to say, "Hiya, I don't know where I'm going. Can you kindly, show me the next?"
I think something we need to adopt in Kenya, because normally you enter, you sit down, then you
don't even greet the person next to you.
I don't know where I'm going, so let me ask him.
And then you find that you have already passed, but because you are so, I don't want to call it rude, you are so into your own box. Nobody cared about your.
So still on culture, there's the way people are calm, but when people talk, it's like they are shouting. So when someone is on the phone, when someone is on the street, in the bar, it's all noise. So if you're planning on going to Eswatini for the first time, make sure you
don't be shocked.
Yeah, don't be shocked.
Don't think people are shouting at you.
It's normal. So people are everybody is
like a song, right?
Yeah. The fifth difference is population, and it's Swaziland or Eswatini is a small country, but it's huge for 1.3 million people.
Huge in terms of
the population density is low. So you don't, in Kenya, if you go to town like at 4, you can't even pass, because it's like tree, you have to go through trees. It's a lot of people, it's full. And it's not only in Nairobi, you find that in other towns, even on Fridays. So but for Swaziland, you find there are not many people, so you have your own space. I think that's.
Did you notice that even when we were just walking around the village, even coming from seeing the Kenyan, like you could literally count the number of people you met on the road. Even in a village, there's just nobody. It's very. Sometimes it gets too quiet and boring.
But I love the quiet.
Just too lonely. If you're alone in that place, that's
then the sixth is the hustle. Like if you go to Nairobi and you're sitting in a vehicle, if you take like 5 minutes, you find that there will be like 10 hawkers wanting to sell to you. Still, like the hustle spirit is so high in Kenya. Like people are like, we have to sell. Like but in Eswatini, there are still hawkers and people selling in bus ranks, but I think you find only one person. It's difficult.
There's this meme, it's a meme, where some ladies being sold mahindi choma, and everybody's pushing it on their face. For us, you see Apambaka, they just go around the bus. If nobody's opening their window, they don't keep on knocking until they don't irritate. If you don't want, fine, sawa to you.
In Nairobi, you have to buy.
You have to open the window and say no.
In fact, sometimes they open for you.
Exactly, and force you.
In fact, they even pretend it's the person on the other side wanting.
That's how it is.
Yeah, like in Kenya, the spirit of hustle is very high. Like in Eswatini, I think it's work spirit and not like the self-employment spirit. Then seventh one is the markets. The difference between the markets are like they are similar. Like you find even people selling everywhere on the streets, but what is in the content of the market is different. Like in Kenya, if you go to our market, wherever you are in Nairobi, the first thing that hits your eye is green vegetables. In Swaziland, I don't think that is it.
There's snacks, lots of snacks in the markets. Maybe oranges and bananas, barely used.
Although bananas are not very
They are not very many. Maybe tomatoes, onions.
Some sweet potatoes too. You won't find avocados.
Avocados are very expensive. One is 30 rands.
So I think it's onions and potatoes, and tomatoes.
And then snacks.
Yeah. That's
Biscuits, chips,
the
and,
market.
And yeah, the normal local market.
Yeah. Then you don't okay, in Kenya, when you're in Nairobi or anywhere close to a town, you find people roasting meat everywhere, nyama choma. But in Eswatini, I only saw one person roasting chicken.
Chicken dust.
So only that one. It was not open braai.
No.
Then number 8 is the supermarket. The supermarkets are the same. You find similar things. The only difference is you find now, because of the difference in culture, you find mutura and other things like it's not like Kenya.
But I think for supermarkets we have almost similar products. Eh?
Yeah.
If you go to there used to be ShopRite in Kenya. Everywhere.
I think
For ShopRite, every product that you could get in a ShopRite here, you can get it. If it's game, we have game. There's game in South Africa, so.
I think one very difference that I noted is, in Kenya you find the bread sliced, but for you slice for yourself.
No, you also have sliced bread. If you prefer to slice it for yourself, there's that option. But you still have, I don't know what it's called now. It used to be called SUB and Mr. Bread. Those are the local big bread brands. Those ones come with sliced and unsliced. But if it's a supermarket that is making its own bread, then it gives you the machine for slicing. If you want it sliced, or if you don't want it sliced, then you can go and cook it.
Okay, number 9. Number 9 is food. Like in Eswatini, there's not a lot of diversity in food. Because it's one tribe, same food. So it's like pap, rice, maize rice. Mahewu is called. What is in
vegetables.
That is no more.
Sidio, that's
so
the
like,
local food.
Yeah, like this this type of food. In Kenya we have like 42 tribes. So you find in the coast,
the Maasai have their own food.
Coast, biryani, pilau.
But that's the best thing about diversity.
Yeah.
For us, it's
you
just
come here, Mukimo, you go to Western, Ugali, you go to Kisii, Matoke, Aleso, Arroso. Arrosto, Anjera, that type. You can decide, I'm going to eat Anjera today. Then I'm going to eat
Arrosto.
Nyama choma. I'm going to eat Arrosto. I'm going to eat pilau. I'm going to eat viazi karai and all that fish in the hot water. That is food. I think that comes with diversity.
Yeah. It comes with the tribes.
The 10th one is, Eswatini is one type, so it's not common, or you don't find something like tribalism or type of prejudice. So it's a well-contained country. People love one another. Probably the only thing that can be there is clan stereotypes, like Magagula do this, Mpila does this, Ngamini does this.
There's a lot of that. I don't think you can fail to find any difference even in one people. No. For example, the Dlamini see themselves as the superior clan because that's where the king comes from, and then the prime ministers are chosen from that tribe. Some ministers for those. There are certain positions that are just reserved for Dlaminis.
Yeah.
Even if you qualify, the mere fact that you are not a Dlamini, you don't qualify for that position. So that's one, what do you call it, disadvantage that we have as one people.
That's the only disadvantage.
And then there's that stereotype. No, there are many.
But would you fight for that? Like one clan fighting the other?
Yeah, like why should Dlaminis take all the power when they also, deserve?
No,
but now how it's resolved for us now. My clan Mbila, we have our own chiefdom. So within that area, you feel power. You are a powerful clan within the area that you control.
So each clan gets an area. So
chiefdom.
It's a kingdom with chiefdom. And if each chiefdom is owned by one clan, what about the very small clans?
There are those clans that are not even existing. Like, we only hear their surname, but you can never say they own that part of Swaziland. Yeah, so it becomes. Yeah? And then you also have, when it comes to the clans, you also have prejudice. Eh? There's the fact zinaitangwa nini hizi takata, like unasemanga this surname wa kuishi. Like saying Kikuyus, there are those stereotypes. Like, for example, they say Makabulas have a big whatever, and Nani have this, Melanes, their attitude is bad. So there's that. If the year is Melani, everybody just says you are bad. Eh?
Number 11, and the final one is land ownership.
Bonus, eh?
Yeah, a bonus. So in Kenya, you own land, you have a title deed. Land is yours. If the government wants your land, they buy it. In Eswatini, the land is owned by the king. And to get land, you go to the chief, you give him a cow, you get land. I think I like the Eswatini one. It was just a cow.
And you don't have any title deed, eh?
But you don't have a title deed. And if the king wanted your land, you take it.
He takes it.
Yeah.
But he will give you big acres of land.
So I think
Exhausted, eh?
we have exhausted, and what I can conclude is I think Eswatini is a peaceful country and it's calm. It's like being in the coast. You know, coast and Tanzanian people are calm, no hurry in Africa. That is Eswatini for you. So guys, if you would like to visit Eswatini, in August they have
Umhlanga, December Ingwala, although that one is a bit of what do you call it?
In-house.
It's not in-house. Some foreigners do come, but it's more preserved. Eh? It's more of a prayer for the Swazi nation.
Okay.
So there are so many cultural things that go, behind doors that other people are not supposed to witness. And then February we have a Makan. If you are a drunkard or you like
Makan is the time when everybody makes the marula beer and
presents
they feel
to
something
the
like
king,
this.
Fill it up in tanks like this. You just go, you put your glass, you drink as much as you want.
Yeah.
If you are that person who likes your beer, your marula, let us know.
The traditional. So, any other event?
April, we usually have Good Friday, then there's the weeding of the fields, of which I don't think guys will be interested in that.
So, when does the king choose a new bride?
Around August.
Okay, so we have a new channel, it's called Asambeni. We are taking guys to Eswatini, so if you'd like to visit Eswatini for the Umhlanga, Asambeni, it means let's go.
Yes,
Asambeni.
And experience all the cultural diversity, not only from Eswatini, different other African countries. Yeah.
Check it out on YouTube,
Subscribe,
and Facebook. Subscribe,
share,
and like our page on Facebook, Asambeni Travel for Culture.
Put it in the description, yeah?
Yeah, it's on the description. Also, subscribe to her channel if you haven't. Beyond Borders with Zanel.
Swazi in Kenya.
Swazi in Kenya, Swazi living.
Swazi in Kenya, Beyond Borders.
Check the description for that. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.
To the land where I was taken from. Oh, just take me to the land where I